Hey, thanks for coming. Today we're going to look at some of the restrictions options under Proloquo2go settings. So we're going to look at how to turn them on and off and what it looks like so that you can figure out if something is on or off and why something may not be working for you within Proloquo2go. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to want to do, of course, is open Proloquo2go. Everything we're going to look at is under the settings function, which is the gear in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. We're going to scroll down to restrictions. Here you can see all the things that you can turn on and turn off within this particular part of the app. So, just to kind of show you what editing looks like before we turn it off, this is what allows you to add buttons. So we're going to turn it off, and you can see the pencil goes away at the bottom of the screen. If we turn the keyboard off, that's going to get rid of our keyboard at the bottom of the screen. Now, I think it's important to note that there's a difference between this keyboard, which is just a simple layout in ABC order, and the typing keyboard, which is, of course, just your regular QWERTY keyboard.
Hi.
You can still use this if you turn your regular ABC keyboard off. Okay? So then we're going to turn off the home button, which gets rid of the little house at the bottom of the screen. Now, you can still go home by pressing the top of the screen. So under there I was pressing keyboard. Here, turn off home and then hit describing words at the top of the screen and it takes me back. So you can still get home even if that house is gone at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to turn that back on. Now let's look at the tools pop-up. So these buttons, copy, add, clear, delete, switch, type, recents, volume, and switch language, are all located in the bottom left-hand corner with that 4 square button. You can see them all right there. You can get rid of these by simply turning them off within the gear. So go back, get rid of copy, turn them all off. And you can see that button goes away completely. If you leave one on, so I'm going to leave clear on, it comes back up and you only have access to that one button. I'm going to turn them all back on. Let's look at sharing options. So let me get out of this. I'm going to type a message, and then we're going to turn it off so you can see what it looks like to have share off. So I want that. Now when I type a message at the top right, you can see that little square with the arrow above it that allows us to share things. I don't have Twitter or mail on here, but if you turn these off, mail, message, Twitter, it goes away. So you can no longer share things. Now it's back. Okay, restore from backup. Now, be careful when you turn this one off, and remember where this is at. I would only ever turn this off if we have a friend who can sometimes go into the restore from backup section. You see now that restore from backup is not functional. I'm going to go back and turn it on. I have had friends accidentally back up old user profiles, and it really can mess us up. I'm going to hit cancel, and you can see there's all of my backed up files. I'm not going to choose any of those, but if a friend of ours were to choose one of those, he could get himself or herself in trouble. Alright, last but not least, hidden and storage buttons. Let me show you what this means. So, it was search buttons, hidden search buttons. So if I search BA and I scroll down to the bottom, you can see all my options of things I can look up. So I'm going to pick barn. If it's gray, that means it's not on the device as of right now. But if we go through here and we hit that little plus sign,
Barn,
it adds it for us. This is a great feature. However, I have many friends who will search for things and add a bunch of stuff that they don't necessarily need access to, and that can kind of overwhelm the device. So I turn that off. Now let's go back and search. Okay? I'm going to type the same two letters again, B-A. And all those pictures that were grayed out on the bottom are now gone. So now we only have access to the vocabulary that is on the device already. Of course, I try to leave all of my buttons and all of my options available for my users when I first start. Turning things on and off really depends on the client and who you're working with and what their needs are. But this is how you do it. So, one last thing. If you go into settings, okay, and you scroll down, you find Proloquo2go. Where's my little owl? There he is. Here I can turn off the Show Options button. If I push this, you see the gear, it goes away. All right, so I turned it off, and I can turn it back on. This is something that you may want to do if you have a friend who keeps getting into the settings function and restarts and changes and does all kinds of things to it. Anyway, that's it. Thanks. Please like and subscribe.